Now, starting Journey of Brand Storytelling, a speaker presentation by Namrata Shajwani, an XR designer, graphic designer, and visual storyteller.
Hello, everyone. My name is Namrata Shajwani, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thank you for having me over here. It's a pleasure to be around, inspiring thoughts about XR and ideas. And today I'm here to talk about how XR as an emerging form of media is changing the narrative for brand storytelling and execution of campaigns. Before I dive into that, a quick story. So, this popular short film by the Lumière brothers, publicly screened in Paris in 1896. And what happened there was inspired about this topic is in this incident in 1896, when this short film was first publicly screened in Paris, is when the people screamed, ducked, and got out of their seats as the train approached closer to the screen or to the platform. And cut to now, not too long ago, when my cousin brother had an experience with a mixed reality experience in my headset. And he had a mixed feeling of astonishment, excitement, surprise, and confusion. And he had the time of his life, grabbing on virtual objects and throwing them in the air, and it would stick there in the air. We didn't have physics yet, but he intuitively interacted with the environment. When things went south, however, was he when he tried to lean on a virtual table and accidentally fell. This fired something in my brain, and hence the inspiration of my topic is the degree of immersion and engagement that you can get with XR. Before that, what do I do and why am I talking about this? So I'm a visual designer stemming into the background of XR design now, and I have been part of fields like print media, art direction, social media management, and content creation, and other forms of visual design. However, majorly constricted in one dimension or two dimension form of visual storytelling. But with XR, what changes is that we're working with a whole new dimension, which adds the third dimension that changes things, right? The previously two mentioned qualities, which is immersion and engagement, does a lot for brands and marketing. Some of the key points are it builds emotional connect with the users, which it provides the user with a multisensory experience into the world, making them more susceptible or influenced to the content that they're seeing, which connects them emotionally more. It's very memorable because of the multisensory approach and the multifaceted approach to the content and the experience that they see, and shared experiences. So memorable links to having shared experiences, which can be achieved in various ways. It can be as anecdotes that you talk to about to your friends or family, or it can be a shareable experience online. And it enhances feedback loops. So feedback loops are a great way to echo all the above points, be it the feelings of shock, excitement, innovation, confusion. All of them are communicated one way or the other via human social interactions. And it overall elevates the customer experiences relating to any product or service or experience. And finally, the topic of agency and co-creation, which means that the conversation between brands and the users is not one directional anymore, but it's a two-way conversations, which means the user has enough agency to make an effort and know more about the brand and what they're trying to communicate. And so much more, of course. Yeah, let's look at some of the examples of how XR has been leveraged in different industries and what they're trying to do with it. One of the things that I find key is that XR helps you make decisions that are investment heavy, but they make it easy. And in this example, it's about IKEA Place, which is an app that IKEA came up with in 2017. And it's a simple format, which means scanning your surroundings or where you're living, browsing the items, and placing 3D models life size in the room or in the space that you're looking to put them. This builds a great sense of trust and confidence in customers to the brand, and it also enhances the online shopping experience and is a positive reinforcement for the brand. Some of the other examples are by the two giants in the automotive industry, which is Audi and BMW, and they leverage different technologies on the spectrum of XR, like AR, VR, MR, to have experiences for their users that help them make informed and better choices. And it also enhances their in-store experience about spending a certain set of money on a car or any product. The second important part is that XR makes things fun. This is an example that I'm using from Pizza Hut in 2021. And this was an attempt by them to um, sorry, but yeah, around this time, this was around the time of a global pandemic when they had to shut down almost 300 of their physical locations. And they resorted to an AR experience to attempt to like revive the sense of what Pizza Hut stands for and what is the aesthetic value and what is the brand trying to echo with its campaign. And they leveraged the iconic game of arcade style Pac-Man. And as a part of this campaign, they were able to circulate almost 10 million pizza delivery boxes. And it generated a lot of interest on social media. And all of this happened through the technology of augmented reality, and which was a leeway for consumers to also get into numerous giveaways, for instance. And some of the other examples are experiences by Burger King, Barbie, Pepsi Cola, and Audi. Again, leveraging some or the other gap in the customer chain and the pipeline, and making a fun experience out of it, which is memorable. Third and the final thing that I would be talking about is XR helps experiences make them feel within reach. This is an example of a Moon for All, which was a campaign by Samsung partnering with NASA in 2018. And this allowed people to step into a world which they don't ever imagine they would find themselves in. And in this frame, you see a former NASA astronaut steps into a virtual world into the space, and yeah, it sorry, but the experience is enhanced with a lot of layers, of course, which is physically intensive, which is the gear that you need to put on, the virtual reality headset setup, and stuff like that. Some of the other experiences that are along these lines is the presence of augmented and virtual reality in real estate. And it allows location-based anchor experiences acting as almost like a real-time guide to explore new places and environments. And on the right is an experience by Amaze VR, which gives you a first row concert like experiences, and it has been picking up a lot for people who might be bound to never be able to attend concerts in person due to various given reasons. However, with this, as technology gets better, the importance of ethical approach increases all the more. So to quickly go over this, first of them is disclaimer and consent. So as Ori mentioned previously, models are being increasingly trained to grow with the growing affordances of each medium and the leverage points. So what is important is proper knowledge of to the user about the same and how is the data going to be processed for them. Also, a disclaimer about what kind of environments they're stepping in and managing their expectations in terms of real life and 3D objects. Inclusion and accessibility. Even though XR is growing with each passing day, it is still hardware heavy and intensive, and designing with inclusivity in mind is key, which means falling back on lower run technological models or 2D formats, for instance. Third one is anonymity in data use, which is one of the key troubles with XR as a form of marketing can be hyper personalization of ads, which is often harnessed using data, physical movements, gestures. So not using that to build stuff, but maybe analyzing it and not storing it, or having the anonymity in that use. And lastly, privacy is a big one, which I think ties all the other factors together. And there's definitely, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a lot more to explore as technology grows. Thank you so much.
Want to check out more from the AWE Nite Orlando Immersive Intelligence Lab? Watch more talks and presentations from our incredible XR plus AI innovators. Thanks for watching, and please leave a like.
Nite Orlando.